U.S. President Joe Biden's another Freudian slip. Biden's blunder at key NATO press conference. U.S. President refers to Ukrainian President as Putin, calls Trump Vice President of the U.S. One after the other. Trouble mounts for Joe Biden after recent debacle against rival Trump. Will Joe Biden exit presidential election race? Pre-poll survey gives setback to Biden. 56% of Democrats want Biden to end candidacy. Internal conflict brews within Democrats' camp. Days after debate debacle, President Biden made another major verbal slip-up at the NATO summit when he mistakenly referred to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy as President Putin in front of the assembled world leaders.
I want to hand it over to the President of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. You can beat President Putin. President Zelenskyy. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway, Mr. President, I'm better. You are a hell of a...
During the key NATO press conference meant to make or break Biden's presidential campaign, the U.S. President, in another gaffe, mistakenly referred to Kamala Harris as Vice President Trump.
What concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be Vice President, but I think she was not qualified to be President.
These latest slips of tongue come at a time when a pre-poll survey done by local U.S. media claimed that the majority of Democrats want Biden to drop out of the 2024 elections. According to the survey, 56% of Democrats believe that Biden should pull out of the race, compared to 42% who think he should keep campaigning. Meanwhile, overall, 67% of U.S. adults think Biden should bow out of the election, while more than 7 out of 10 independent voters who could well determine the outcome of the election say the U.S. president should quit. The crucial survey comes at a time when media reports have claimed that the ruling Democratic Party is looking for alternative candidates to replace President Joe Biden. Several lawmakers have directly requested President Biden to step aside. As per reports, Vice President Kamala Harris is leading the race among the potential candidates to replace Biden, and several top Democrats have quietly backed Harris to be the Democratic nominee. Remember, the crisis for President Joe Biden began following the debate with Trump. Questions are being raised over the president's ability to perform his official duties. Several surveys done by U.S. media show that after the debate, Republican candidate Donald Trump is now holding his biggest lead against Joe Biden. But President Biden has insisted he is not dropping out, and party rules make it all but impossible for anyone else to win the nomination at the Democratic National Convention in August unless he steps aside.